My friends said, "You will never reach your destination," but when I turned my dreams into reality, there was a deep silence on their faces. "You will never become anything." Those were the words my friends said that day when I talked about my dreams. They said there was no success written in my life, that I was only capable of dreaming small dreams. They laughed at me and I kept listening to them quietly. There was something inside me that wanted to show all of them. Before I go any further, if this story is touching your heart, please like and subscribe, but only if it truly feels connected to your life. Tell me in the comments where you're listening from and what time it is there. Now let me take you back 5 years to when all of this began. 5 years earlier, I was standing at a point in life where most people around me believed my best years were already behind me. I was in my late 40s, working a steady but unfulfilling job, paying bills on time but feeling empty inside. Every morning at 6:14 a.m., my alarm rang, and I would sit on the edge of my bed in my small 480-square-foot apartment, staring at the wall as the pale morning light drew thin golden lines across it. The radiator clicked. The kitchen faucet dripped every 3 seconds. That sound followed me everywhere like a reminder that time was slipping away. When I first started thinking seriously about changing my career, my friends didn't just doubt me, they dismissed me completely. They believed that at my age dreaming bigger was almost embarrassing. They said I didn't have the right background, the right education, or the confidence to do something new. According to them, people like me were supposed to stay where they were and be grateful. Whenever I tried to explain what I wanted to build, they waved it off. "That kind of thing isn't for people like you," one of them said during a coffee meetup. Another laughed and added, "Be realistic. You've always played it safe." I nodded, stirred a coffee I never finished drinking, and stayed quiet. I had learned long ago that arguing only gave them more power. The moment I told them I wanted to start my own small business, a service-based startup focused on something I had quietly studied for years, they reacted exactly as I expected. "You won't succeed," they said. "You'll lose whatever little savings you have." One of them leaned back in her chair and said it casually, almost kindly, "You've always been a burden to your own dreams." That line stayed with me longer than I like to admit. Pause for a second. Has this ever happened to you, where people you trusted made you feel small in front of others? Write it in the comments. And if this story feels familiar, tap the like button. Now keep listening, because what happened next was something even I didn't fully believe at the time. What they never saw was what happened after I went home. I would sit at my tiny kitchen table, papers spread everywhere, researching late into the night. The smell of old wood and cleaning spray mixed in the air as I wrote plans by hand. I doubted myself constantly. Some nights I sat in my car and cried before going upstairs. But every morning I got up and kept going. The turning point came with a phone call I almost didn't answer. It was my grandfather, my Nana, who lived 3 states away. He was in his late 70s, his voice slow but steady. Somehow he had sensed I was struggling. He told me he had kept records from years ago, bank statements and notes from a small trust he had set aside for emergencies. He believed in planning, and more importantly, he believed in me. A week later, an envelope arrived. Inside were documents showing funds that could be accessed legally and responsibly. The number written at the bottom was $42,380. I stared at it for a long time, my hands shaking slightly. For the first time in years, hope didn't feel foolish. It felt solid. With that support, I moved quietly. I met with a retired lawyer recommended by my grandfather, reviewed every document, and made sure everything was done the right way. I didn't tell my friends anything. From the outside, I probably looked the same, still driving my old car with 147,000 miles on it, still wearing the same coats. Inside, I was building something piece by piece. When my business officially launched, I didn't announce it. I worked long hours, learned from mistakes, and slowly gained clients. Some months were tight. Other months surprised me. When I reviewed my first full annual report, the profit line showed $42,380, nearly the same number that had once represented my chance to begin. I sat there in silence, the hum of the refrigerator behind me, and let it sink in. Another pause here. Have you ever reached a moment where you quietly proved everyone wrong without saying a word? Tell me below. And if you're still listening, stay with me. This is where everything shifted. The next time I saw my friends was at a small gathering they organized. They talked loudly about their own lives, their problems, their opinions. When the conversation turned to me, someone asked casually what I was doing these days. I answered honestly. I didn't brag. I didn't defend myself. The room changed. Faces stiffened. Questions stopped. No one laughed. That deep silence said everything their words never could. They finally understood, not because I argued but because I succeeded. In the months that followed, my life settled into something calmer and stronger. I upgraded my living space, planted a small garden outside my new place, and built routines that felt like mine. Some friendships faded. Others grew unexpectedly. My grandfather sent me a short note later that year. It didn't say much. Just that he was proud. If this story reached your heart, please like and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss another story. In the comments, tell me, have you ever set boundaries with people who didn't believe in you? What happened next? I read every comment. There's another story linked in the description that I think you'll connect with too. Until the next story, take care of yourself. If this story stayed with you until the end, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It truly helps more than you know. Thank you for spending your time here with me. Your support means everything. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss the next story.